Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you all here this evening. I just want to take a moment to explain the format and do a little bit of housekeeping before we pass things on to our first presenter. So we have 6 wonderful college representatives here this evening to share a little bit more about each of their institutions. I do want to make sure that you know how to ask them questions throughout the session. So at any point during the session, you do not need to save your questions until the end. You can go right down to that Q&A button, send your questions into the college reps, and they will be available to answer those throughout the next 45 minutes. Each institution will, your camera and video and microphone are off. They'll remain off for the full session, so know that the panelists cannot see or hear you. So really that Q&A is the best way to interact with our representatives this evening. There is 1 more hour of programming after this session wraps up. So if you aren't signed up for a session in that hour, feel free to check those out and explore the options. And a reminder that this session is being recorded and that the recording will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey within the next week if you need to return to any of this information. And so with that, we'll go ahead and pass things off to our first college, which is Millersville University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kiki Bobatis. I am here from Millersville. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Hopefully you can see my screen. I'm just going to take some time to go over some general information. I understand we might have juniors in the audience today, as well as seniors. Sorry, I'm just trying to, oops. So I understand some of you are going to be at different places in the college search process. If you are juniors, I think it's great you are starting now, starting to do some research. Seniors are obviously in a little bit more of a crunch time as far as making up your mind. Hopefully you started your research last year at this time. But I'm not sure if any of you have been to visit Millersville yet. We are located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We are about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia, about an hour from Harrisburg, about 45 minutes from Hershey Park if you've ever been there. So we're close to a lot. Being a suburb of Lancaster, we're close to a lot, but not right in the middle of everything. We also have Amtrak service. So if home for you has Amtrak service, that's a great way to get home for the weekend. So we're not too close, not too far. Medium-sized. Total undergraduate enrollment is about 6,000 students. Total enrollment when you include part-time and graduate student is about 8,000. So it's large enough that there are a lot of opportunities, but it's not so large that you get lost in the shuffle. 25 to 30 is the average class size. So it still has a small school feel to it. Small enough that the professors can get to know the students and the students can get to know the other students. As I said, maybe some of you have already been to visit us. I am happy to report that we are doing live face-to-face tours now, and registration is done on our website. We also have a lot of remote virtual events going on too, so there are many ways to connect with us, but hopefully you'll be able to, come see us at some point, because we do have a beautiful campus. You can see my background is the pond. It's my favorite place on campus. A couple other things to highlight on this slide. 98% of our faculty do have the highest degree possible in their area. So they're passionate about what they do, and their focus is on teaching. All of our teaching is done by our faculty. We might have some graduate students who would help out in a lab setting or provide a review before an exam, but the professors do all the teaching. You can also see on here, 95% of our graduates are employed or in graduate school in 6 to 10 months. So that's another thing that we're very proud of too. One of the reasons I hope you're able to get to see us is to see our residence halls. They are all suite style housing, and they're all pretty new. The oldest one is only about 6 years old. Freshmen and sophomores are required to live in campus unless they live within 39 miles of campus. So if you're 39 miles or less, we do allow you to live at home and commute. 40 miles or more, you must live on campus. So for the first 2 years, it's required. Juniors and seniors who want to stay on campus do have that option. All of our buildings are suite style, and you can see a typical floor plan here. If you and a friend are both admitted, you do have the opportunity to request each other as roommates. With the suites, 2 students typically share a bedroom and a bathroom, and then you have a shared living area with 2 other students. Each building also has laundry facilities in it. It has a kitchen if you want to do something special, but you won't need to cook because you'll have your meal plan. We also have some special interest housing, living, learning communities. For example, one building has a lot of the honors college students in it. Another one does a lot of activities like volunteer activities. And then we do have RAs, resident assistants, who are there to assist you. They're there as a resource, if you're having roommate issues or not sure how to contact your advisor, things like that. There's a lot to do at Millersville besides study, and you can see here a small sampling. We have a lot of academic clubs and activities, as well as cultural ones, band, art, music. We are D2 for athletics. And if you are an athlete but don't necessarily see yourself doing your sport at the intercollegiate level, there are also club and intramural sports, which is a nice way to stay active, but not have the time commitment of a varsity sport. But I always say if someone is bored, it's your own fault, because there are plenty of things to do. And that's a very important part of the college process. I think the more involved you are, the more you get to know people, the better of an experience you're going to have. Everyone is coming from a different background. Maybe you are from a high school that's very small and you know everyone in your graduating class. And maybe you're from a larger school, but you have your own little group that you hang out with, whether that's the track team or student government. And I think reconnecting and getting involved is one way to reconnect with people and to improve your college experience. So there's a lot to do. We have over 100 majors. This is a list of some of the more popular ones, but I also wanted to take some time to just to note some of the more unique majors. Meteorology is one that you don't find just everywhere. We have marine biology, entertainment technology, music industry, which is the behind the scenes things like production, management, and recording. We also have technology and engineering education, like to be a tech ed teacher. So those are just some of the more unique ones. A lot of colleges are going to have English and psychology and business, but those are some of the more unique ones that Millersville has. So this is a list of just kind of a quick timeline. Junior year, it's good to be doing research now. Our application opens July 1. We also participate in the Common App. We start sending out admission letters in September. Hopefully all of the seniors with us have already done your FAFSA. Juniors can do it starting October 1st. And then our scholarships process begins in January. And then you have until May 1st to let us know. So those of you who are seniors, you do have some time the next couple of months to reach out to us if you have any other questions. And if you have your phone and want to scan this QR code, that would put you on our mailing list. And again, my name is Kiki. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll put my information in the chat if you need to reach me. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much, Kiki, for sharing a little bit more about Millersville. From here, we'll head on over to Monmouth University.
All right, I'm just going to share my screen. All right, hello everyone. My name is Jahad Johnson. I am one of the undergraduate admission counselors here at Monmouth University. Just a little bit about Monmouth. We are a small, medium-sized private institution located in West Long Branch, New Jersey. We do have an undergraduate population of 4,500 undergraduate students and about 1,500 graduate students. We are located just a mile away from the beach. So if you are interested in going to school by the shore, Monmouth can be a great place for you. We have about 34 different countries represented at Monmouth University and about 36 different states. We are also a Division I athletic school. So if you are interested in competing or being in a Division I atmosphere, we do have the opportunity for you at Monmouth University. We do have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 21 students. And about 80 to 85% of our students do live on campus. Also, I'd like to mention another key fact is that 74% of our faculty members do hold a PhD or higher degrees in their respective fields. And I'm just going to, so our motto is Hawks Fly Together, and we truly try to live by this motto as we encourage all of our students to stay involved and highly engaged in our community. As an alumni of Monmouth University, as an undergraduate and a graduate alumni, I can truly say that my Monmouth Hawk family has always been there for me and has supported me through every step of the way. So a little bit about our campus. We are, as I mentioned before, only a mile away from the beach. We are also in close proximity to Red Bank and historically known as Berry Park. So if you are interested in good city life and atmosphere outside of campus, you are in a great location. We are also very close to Red Bank as well. Where we are shapes who we are. And this truly does speak volumes to Monmouth University as a campus. Being only about a mile away from the train station, you are only about an hour and 15-minute ride away from New York City. So a lot of students do get the opportunity to travel to New York for internships and different experiences as a student at Monmouth University. Campus life. So we also like to make sure that our students are staying involved. As a student, I was heavily involved. We have over 129 different clubs and organizations for students to join. As a student, ranging from Student Government Association, Greek Life, cultural groups and organizations. We have a nationally known radio station, WNCX Radio, which actually received an award for being one of the best student-run radio stations in the country. So plenty of ways for you to get involved. And if we don't offer a club or organization that you're interested in, you do have the opportunity of starting your own club here at Monmouth University. And this is just a slide of a list of different clubs and organizations we do offer at Monmouth University. One of my favorite clubs organizations from Monmouth University is our Global Experience Program, which allows our students to travel to third world countries and give back to children and family in need. So I had the opportunity of traveling to Guatemala and to Nicaragua as part of this Global Experience Program, and it was truly a life-changing experience. It's something that a lot of students look forward to getting interested in coming into Monmouth University. As I mentioned, we do have 23 Division I sports. Some of the best sporting events to attend are basketball, football, soccer, track and field. All of our athletic teams compete on a very high level. And if you're looking for a lot of school spirit and a campus community where it's centered around sports, Monmouth University is a great place. I know that we're not as large as a lot of other institutions, but we do bring a really high school spirit to Monmouth University. What can you do and what do you want to get out of your education at Monmouth University? We offer a lot of different learning experience for our students. We allow our students to do shark tagging. Our students do get to record live for ESPN3. We have brand new facilities in our Edison Hall, which is the home of our science majors. So a lot of unique opportunities for students to connect with faculty members and really engage in their learning. And here are a list of our academic majors, some of our more popular programs: nursing, business, social work. We have a 3+3 occupational therapy and speech language pathology program. We also do have a 4+2 program. So a lot of different ways for you to kind of compare and kind of connect your undergraduate and master's programs here at Monmouth University. And education is also one of our most well-known programs. So if you're interested in being a teacher, Monmouth is a great place for you to start that career. Our career services team does a phenomenal job of making sure our students stay involved and have a unique opportunity of getting internships. About 67% of our students do get an internship prior to their senior year. So you will get experience and involved very early on. I know that as a student, I got my first internship in my sophomore year. So we do hold 3 annual career fairs for our students to help them be connected. And we also use our Hawks Career Link to help our students stay up to date with any job posting or internships that are available. We also do have a study abroad program. I talked about the Global Experience Program, but to study abroad, we offer trips to Argentina, Spain, Italy, Germany, England, and Australia. And I'm going to wrap up a little bit. If you have any questions or interested in applying to Monmouth University, I am going to leave my contact information in the chat. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about Monmouth. From here, we'll head on over to Montclair State.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. Let's see, can you see my presentation? Just want to make sure, elevate your future.
Yep. Look.
All right, perfect. So everyone, my name is Vanessa Devrex. I'm the lead admissions counsel for Montclair State University. I want to thank you again for attending, give you some more information about our school. So for those that are not as familiar with Montclair State University, we are one of the second largest schools in New Jersey. So we have 21,000 students on our campus. And while we are the second largest school in New Jersey, we are considered a medium-sized institution nationally. We do have an average class size of 25 students, and that's around a student to faculty ratio of 17:1. It's probably similar to what you're experiencing in high school now. In addition to this, we do have 300 academic programs. So that's majors, minors, concentrations, and dual degrees that you could receive. And those are different combined degree options. Our average student has around a 3.27 GPA or B+ as an incoming student to Montclair State University. In addition to this, we are having a lot of students on our campus. We usually have over 5,000 students that live in one of our 10 residence halls. We have a suburban campus overlooking the New York City skyline. We're only 12 miles away from New York City with our own 2 NJ Transit train stations and also bus stations right on our campus on either end. And of course, in nearby towns directly to New York City. So you get the best of both worlds here, where you're going to be in a suburban environment, but you do have New York City close by, around 30 minutes, just 12 miles. So what's great about Montclair State University, not only is its location, academic programs, but we really do celebrate our diverse student body. We are considered a Hispanic serving institution. We've been listed 18 years in a row as a top 100 college for Hispanics. In addition to this, we are listed as a rating 5 out of 5 rating for Campus Pride as a top school for LGBTQ+ friendly campus. So we love all of our students on Montclair State University. In addition to the program and advising the students will receive, we also do very well in our academic programs, most notably in our College of the Arts, our teacher education, which is how we're founding Montclair State University, and our School of Business. But studying at Montclair State University, again, you have over 300 different programs you could choose from. So I'm going to list some of our most popular majors here on the left-hand column. Our top 5 majors at Montclair State University would be psychology, justice studies, biology, business, and then I would say group it in with teacher education. We do have some more outstanding programs like I would say computer science or communications, as well as our accounting programs. In addition, have some combined degree programs. So for students that are not familiar with combined degree programs, Montclair State has over 39 of where you could receive both your bachelor's and master's degree in 5 years. So a lot of our programs, when you apply to Montclair State University, you'll see an option for a bachelor's of one of the programs listed here. And then you'll see a drop down of, do you would like to enter a combined degree program to receive your bachelor's and master's in the 5 years. So it'll save you time and money, and you have both degrees in that field of study. In addition to this, we also have a 4+1 MBA program. So in the majors listed here on the right, you could receive your bachelor's degree. And then also as a current student, a junior, at the end of that year, you would apply for the master's in business administration. So you would get 2 different degrees and 2 different career skill sets. So this is really exciting for our students at Montclair State University. Again, so that way you could earn multiple degrees and save some time and money. But if you're not sure yet what you'd like to do at Montclair, that's completely fine. About 1/3 of our class does enter as a pre-major or undecided. So we have a new program called the Discovery Program, where you're going to be paired up in the Discovery track here on the right, the middle column. So if you are not sure about your major, but you do have a specific interest, you would choose one of these Discovery Program tracks. You'll have your own personalized advisor, career exploration, and you'll also be able to do events with faculty. So this way you're getting an understanding of what majors are connected to your interests and abilities and what careers are also associated with those majors. So this is a very popular program, and you have your own home in our newly renovated University College. Okay, and getting involved at Montclair State is pretty easy. We do have a very active student body, over 120 clubs and organizations, intramural sports, 18 Division III athletic teams, and we do study abroad in over 60 different countries. And for those that are going to be residing on campus, we have 10 different residence halls, and students get to choose and grow into them as they become upperclassmen. And for students that are going to be applying, I just wanted to note pretty quickly that we are now on the Common Application. So in addition to being able to apply through our website, montclair.edu, you would also be able to apply through Common App. You'll see Montclair State University. Just know that once you submit your application, you'll be able to complete these items, and we are a test optional school. So we will need in your submitted application, your application fee, the high school transcript and letters recommendation, including your essay for that program. But also note that SAT, ACT optional. We're not looking for this in times of admission, except for one particular program. And for those that are going to the College of the Arts or school communication, there is going to be an extra review process, but we are holistic reviewers, which means that students need to be well-rounded, around a 3.0 GPA, but we're looking at all items that's listed here to make a determination on your application. Okay. And for student attendance, I would like to know that Montclair State University is one of the most affordable in the state of New Jersey. 71% of our students do receive some form of financial aid, that's need-based aid, in addition to receiving any merit-based aid through scholarships at the time of admission for both New Jersey students and students not living in New Jersey. So I listed here the tuition and fees amount. So for those that would be commuting, it'd be around $13,000. For those New Jersey students that would be living on campus, it's going to be closer to $30,000. And again, this would be not including any other kind of scholarships or financial aid you might receive. And for students that are juniors or seniors now, I just wanted to know that Montclair State University does have many different virtual and in-campus in-person options. Most notably here, a couple of days from now, Thursday, we have an open house that you could register for at montclair.edu. And we've also began our in-person campus tours again. And once you register on the site, you'll see open slots. So we definitely recommend you come to Montclair State University, get to see our campus. And if you still feel like you would like to do anything virtually, we have many different options throughout the rest of the semester and next year. And just real quick to contact me, I've listed my information and will do so again in the chat. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for sharing more about Montclair State. From here, actually, before we head on over to our fourth institution, I do want to make a very quick plug for that Q&A once again. And so if you have any questions about any of the institutions you've already heard from or any of the ones you're about to hear from, don't think that you need to wait until the end of the session to ask those. Hop into the Q&A right now. Send your questions to the reps. They're here and they're happy to type you a response to your questions. So with that, we'll go ahead and head on over to our fourth institution, which is Moravian College.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Tim Waite. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at Moravian College, and we are located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So we always like to kind of throw the headline grabber out there that we were founded in 1742, which actually makes us the 6th oldest college in the country. And we actually began by educating women at that time, which does make us the first school in North America to do so. We have a long history and tradition of being a little bit revolutionary, and we like to carry that on to today. As I mentioned, we're located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is only about 10 miles into Pennsylvania across the New Jersey border. We are about 1 hour north of Philadelphia and just an hour and a half west of New York City, which is great for potential internships and postgraduate opportunities. We do have sizable alumni bases in both of those major metropolitan areas. We actually do have 2 campuses as well. They are both located here in Bethlehem. They are less than a mile apart, and they are both very unique. One is our kind of original campus from the 1740s, and then our main campus on our north campus is a little bit more modern, but some of those buildings are from the 1800s as well. So even the new stuff is pretty historic. Just a couple quick snapshots of campus. Like I mentioned, the upper center picture, that is a picture of some of our historic original campus. And then the picture to the right, upper right corner, that is our newest building, our health sciences building that was opened in 2018. So we do our best to blend the history as well as making sure we are maintaining up-to-date and current facilities for our students. Just a quick snapshot of some of the facts from Moravian. We are your typical small school setting with just under 2,000 students. So we have plenty of those stats that small schools like to brag about. Our average class size is 17, and our student faculty ratio is just 11-1. But while we are small, we do have a number of options for students to follow. We have over 50 majors and academic programs. Some of the more popular ones on our campus include our health sciences program, which includes nursing and all of our pre-professional programs. So pre-physical therapy, pre-occupational therapy, pre-athletic training. We are also a huge education school. Tons of teachers come out of Moravian from early child education all the way up through secondary ed and high school teachers. One other program we always like to plug, we have a very robust, particularly for a school our size, music program. I mentioned we have 2 campuses. Our historic South Campus is dedicated entirely to arts and music. So it is a very big program for us, even with our smaller size. On campus, outside of the classroom, for a small school, we do have a number of clubs and organizations that students can participate in and get involved with. We also have 22 varsity NCAA Division III sports. Over 1/3 of our student body is a varsity athlete. So athletics and school spirit are a big thing at Moravian. I always like to say that even if you don't play sports yourself, the odds are that one of your friends does, and you'll still be involved as a fan and going to cheer them on. So that's definitely a big part of the campus here at Moravian. Now, we are an Apple Distinguished School, and what that means for students is that every incoming freshman and transfer receives an Apple MacBook Pro, iPad, and Apple Pen, which is then theirs to keep once they graduate. That ensures that all of our students are on the same footing technology-wise. All of our faculty uses the same technology as well. So any programs that they use as part of their curriculum and things like that, our students have access to. This has made everything as easy and seamless as possible. Over the last year with everything going on, COVID related, with the move to some virtual classes and some hybrid classes, having everyone with that technology already in hand made that transition as seamless as possible. Our students have a ton of different opportunities to further themselves kind of in and out of the classroom. Our Center for Career and Civic Engagement does a great job of helping students get internships and externships. They also help with getting students involved in the community through volunteer programs and things like that and community service. Our students have ample opportunities to work with faculty, either through undergraduate research or honors projects, depending on how they've done in their first 3 years of school. Those are seniors honors projects. Our students also, we put students out there in the world that are ready to either work or continue their education. Over 98% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 10 months. And that is something that we are extremely proud of. Just some quick snapshots of campus and our students. So just some very quick information on the application. We are on the Common App and we have our own application on our website. We have no preference for which a student uses to apply. Obviously, we will need a transcript and a letter of recommendation from your guidance office or a junior or senior year core academic teacher. We are test optional for all of our programs except for nursing. And there is a essay or writing sample that is optional as well. And then just very quickly, my last slide, we award merit scholarships to our accepted students anywhere from $18,000 to $28,000 per year, and those are good for 4 years. And then our financial aid will use the FAFSA to determine what other financial aid you may be eligible for. Thank you very much, and please reach out to Moravian if you have any questions.
Great. Thank you, Tim, for sharing a little bit more about Moravian. From here, we'll head on over to Mount St. Mary.
Hi, everybody. Hold on one second. Okay. So my name is Brittany. I am the admissions counselor for New Jersey at Mount St. Mary College. So Mount St. Mary College is located in Newburgh, New York. We are about an hour and 10 minutes north of New York City. So that means that we're close enough to New Jersey, but far enough to live away. We do also let students in Bergen County commute. So if you are from there and you want to save a little bit of money and commute, you can do that as well. We are a bit of a smaller school. We have about 2,200 students in total, and about a little less than 1,700 of them are undergraduate. And then out of that undergraduate population, about 70% do live on campus. So even though we are a bit of a smaller school, we are a very large residential base on our campus. I also like to highlight a little bit about like our housing. All of our students are guaranteed housing all 4 years, but our freshmen have bathrooms in their room. So it is a little uncommon. So we always like to plug that. It's really nice to have that luxury your first year. Going kind of back to the small size, our average class size is about 19 students, and our student to faculty ratio is about 14:1. I myself graduated from the Mount, and I really enjoyed that personalized learning. So if you want to be more of a name and not a number at the school you go to, then we would definitely be a good option. Out of a recent survey that we did in 2018 with our students, about 93% of them did get a job within 6 months of graduating, and they also reported 69% got a job within the range of 50K as a starting salary, which is awesome. We have over 50 different programs to choose from at the Mount. Our top 3 are nursing, business, and education. They're kind of what we're known for. For our nursing program, we are a direct entry program, and you start your clinical rotation your sophomore year. Typically, it's a year earlier, so our students are kind of getting out into the field early. For business, we just redid our entire business wing at our school, and we really try and push our 5-year program for business. You can get your MBA in 1 year. And then for our education program, we actually have an elementary school on our campus. So all of our education students start their field work on campus in their first year on campus. But like I said, we do have over 50 to choose from. When I went to the Mount, I was a double major in journalism and public relations. Some popular programs as well, and so the 3 that I just talked about are criminology, all of our pre-health professions that are right in the middle of this slide, as well as our pathway programs with PACE and Toro College. So for financial aid, 100% of our students do receive financial aid through grants and scholarships. We give merit scholarships to every student that is accepted to the Mount. They range between $10,000 to $20,000 depending on your grades, and we also give grants for residents and all students who file a FAFSA. So for applying, obviously it looks a little bit different this year. I'm sure my fellow counselors kind of experienced that. We were never test optional before this, but we did go test optional this year. So if there are any seniors that are on this, we do not need a test score to make a decision on your application. We do not know what it's going to look like for current juniors right now when you start applying next year. But typically what we look for is about an 87 GPA. And then when we are not test optional and we need a test score, about a 1080 SAT or a 21 ACT. We do super score the SAT. And this is just an approximation. If you have above this or below this, we do accept both. This is just kind of an average of what we look for. And we are rolling admission. So once we get your completed application, meaning that we get at least 1 letter of recommendation and your transcript from your high school counselor, then we only take about a week or 2 to get you a decision, especially this time of year. It's a lot more quick. So these are just some things I wanted to highlight about the Mount. I could literally talk about the Mount for an hour, but it's such a short period of time, so I wanted to condense it a little bit. So we're really big on service. We are a Catholic institution, but we are accepting of all faiths, religions, and backgrounds. We really like our students to feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. So if you like volunteering and giving back, we would definitely be a good school for you. We're constantly doing stuff for our local community of Newburgh. So service is something that we really pride ourselves on. We have over 30 different clubs and organizations on campus. And we are really big with our events on a normal year when there's not a pandemic. we have always something going on, small scale events, and then we do larger scale events. This picture right here is of our annual bonfire that we hold every fall. And then when there's a normal year with no pandemic and we can travel, we do have study abroad. That is my biggest regret, was not doing study abroad when I was in school. Our most popular trip is to Italy, but we've gone to places like Ireland, New Zealand, Japan, Spain, so many different places that we have to choose from. And then we do have sports. We have 21 NCAA Division III teams. This is our social media. I always try and plug it because I'm the one that controls it for my admissions department, but we really try and post a lot of fun stuff on there. It's a really great way to see what the Mount is like through a student's eyes. And we're always constantly posting a bunch of important information on there. So if you want to take a picture of that, and definitely give us a follow. We're always posting about opportunities to come visit campus. We are open for visits as of right now. So we have been having students come visit campus, which is awesome, but we're also doing a lot of virtual events. So on there is when we kind of post all of that information. In the next coming weeks, we're going to be doing a few different Instagram lives with our students. So that's always something we like to plug. And then this is my information. Like I said, I'm here for you really with anything that when it comes to the admissions process. And like I said, I am a past student, so I have a good idea of what it's like to go here. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing a little bit more about Mount St. Mary. From here, we'll head on over to our final institution of the session, which is Muhlenberg.
Alrighty, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. My name is Stacey Carpenter. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Admissions here at Muhlenberg College. I'm excited to share more info about us to you guys. So we are a small liberal arts college located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Allentown is Pennsylvania's third largest and fastest growing city. We're about an hour north of Philly. We're about 2 hours from New York City and 3 from DC. So just to give you kind of geographically an idea of where we're located here in Pennsylvania. Just to know a little bit about us, we are a smaller school. We're about 1,900 students. So with that, we very much so have a strong, tight-knit community, just like a lot of many small schools definitely have. But the other nice thing about our students too, not only do we have a strong community and a lot of school spirit here, students here are just really, really friendly. Oftentimes you're walking around campus, and we're a relatively smaller school, but you're always walking around, meeting people and seeing, your friends, seeing your teachers that you have in class, and just walking around and a lot of the times getting stopped by them too. So very much a nice community to be in. One of our distinctive features on campus is that all of our external doors are red. We were founded as a Lutheran institution, and in the Lutheran community, that is a sign of welcome in the Lutheran community. And so we very much take that founding to who we are here at Muhlenberg, where all of our doors are open for every person and every student who walks through our doors. So very much a nice welcoming community here at Muhlenberg. Just to give you a little bit more of information about our students, like I said, we have about 1,900 students here at Muhlenberg, and very much so we are focused on the undergraduate experience. So most of our students are undergrads here. We are a very residential campus as well. About 91% of students do live on campus, and housing is guaranteed all 4 years as well. So if you're looking for a school that has lots of school spirit, lots of things to do, both in the classroom, outside of the classroom, weekday nights, weekends, we have that for you. In regards to who our students are, they very much so are passionate about what they're doing both in and out of the classroom. So in regards to the academic side of things, many of our students really taking advantage of our interdisciplinary type of experience that we have here at Muhlenberg. About a third of our students do a double major, and another third do a combination of a major minor, double major minor, major double minor, and all other combinations in between. So if you're a student who has multiple things that you want to study, that is something pretty common here at Muhlenberg and something we definitely support. And oftentimes those areas I always say don't quote unquote make sense, but for us, we like seeing those interdisciplinary majors kind of coming full circle for our students. We do offer 38 majors and 35 minors. Some of our most popular majors are theater, biology, business and psychology, biochemistry, and neuroscience as well. We also have some strong pre-professional programs in pre-health, pre-law, and education. And those are pretty popular with students while they're not majors themselves, but pretty popular with our student body. And also many of our students come in undecided as well. So if you say, hey, I have no idea what I want to study, that's totally okay with us. We'll help you find your way as well. But in addition to inside the classroom, our students are super involved outside of the classroom. If you talk to a Muhlenberg student, they're probably going to give you a whole long laundry list of things that they're involved in, whether it's student clubs, organizations, athletics, community service, etc. Our students are pretty involved in our campus community here. So we have over 130 different clubs and organizations that students can get involved with. Students can also start their own clubs if they would like to. So that's a nice opportunity here. If I have any athletes on the Zoom today, we have 22 Division III athletics. We're in the Centennial Conference. And we also have 20 club and intramural sports as well. So you definitely will not be bored here on campus with all of the things to do here at Muhlenberg. Other big piece to our campus community here is our faculty and our staff, and they're absolutely wonderful, really wanting to support our students both in and out of the classroom. In regards to our faculty, their passion is really teaching. So they're here to teach our students. All of our classes are taught 100% by professors. So you don't have any teaching assistants or anything like that. We do have learning assistants is what we call them, to help assist in lab settings and assisting the professor in other things that they may need, but the professor is really teaching the class. And in regards to just kind of our classroom setting here, like I said, we're a smaller school. And the nice thing is we have a smaller learning environment as well. So average class size is about 19 students and our student to faculty ratio is 10:1. So you very much so have a more individualized, personal experience. Your professors are going to get to know you. They want to get to know not only your names, but who you are, what you're involved in on campus, what your passions are. So really nice type of experience academically here too. But not only are our professors helping our students in the classroom with obviously teaching and helping them with office hours and meeting with them if they need additional academic support, but our professors here want to support our students socially and personally as well. So oftentimes our faculty serve as mentors for students, whether it's in life things, whether it's in academic things, but also attending performances, attending games, attending events that students put on campus. So our faculty are just as big of a part of the community as our student body is as well. And talking about our academic experience a little bit further, we are a liberal arts college. And so with that, we want students to get a well-rounded education, very much so an active learning environment. So you'll see on the screen here, lots of different ways that our students learn, whether it's small discussion-based, working in groups, kind of lectures, research, everything like that. Research is pretty popular here on campus too. Students can get involved in that as early as your freshman year, and in all different disciplines that we do offer that. And study abroad is also pretty popular here at Muhlenberg as well. About 52% of students go abroad. And just talking about outcomes, really wanting to give students a strong foundation to move on and do bigger and better things in the world. So about 90% of our students do report some type of outcome outside of here, whether it's going on to a job, going on to graduate school. And our Career Center does a great job with connecting students with our alumni and connecting them, to be successful out in the real world as well. And so I just have my contact information here. Thank you for joining. I'll also add this in the chat if you guys do have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacy, for telling us a little bit more about Muhlenberg. I think at this point, we will go ahead and have each of the reps hop on video, and we have time for a very quick round robin question before we wrap things up. So I'll give everyone a second to start their video once again.
Telling me I cannot.
All right, so we will go ahead and have each of you take a moment to share a fun fact about your institution.
Fun fact. Well, Millersville was, we started in 1855 and we started out primarily as a teacher's college, but we've gone into expanded into many other areas since then.
At Monmouth University, if you've ever seen the original film of Annie, the scene where she is dancing and singing down the stairs, that was actually recorded in the Great Hall at Monmouth University, where my office is located. So next time you watch the film Annie, look at the scene where she's like dancing in Daddy Warbucks' house, his mansion, and you will see that is Monmouth University.
From Montclair State University, I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with Blue's Clues, but one of our alum from musical theater, Joshua Dela Cruz, is actually the current host of Blue's Clues.
I think we'll go Mount St. Mary. You have a fun fact?
I feel like I gave a lot of the fun facts. I always try and highlight the fact that like it's such a big deal that our freshmen have bathrooms in their room. When you're on, this is more of a fun fact, when you're on our campus, our building, the Villa, which is where our admissions team is, as well as our president, it was actually like the first college ever, like the first Mount St. Mary College. So all of our students lived in the building and went to school in the building. So when you go up to the third floor of like my office, there's like bathrooms with like bathtubs in them and stuff. So I don't like being at work late because I think it's a little haunted. So it's a fun fact.
My fun fact, I kind of shared one fun fact that all of our external doors are red. So that's a distinctive feature of our campus, but a fun, also kind of a fun fact. One of our, of the Muhlenberg family, one of the members of the family actually founded the bog turtle, which is one of the most popular turtle species here in Allentown, or in this area of Pennsylvania, I should say. And so we have a bronze statue of a turtle on campus, but that's a fun fact, and it's actually in the scientific name. So just look up the bog turtle. You'll see our Muhlenberg name in the scientific name.
So yeah, thank you to each of you for taking an extra moment to share a little fun fact there. I really appreciate it. But that is all that we'll have time for within this session. So a big thank you to each of our presenters for sharing a little bit more about their institution, but also a big thank you to each of you for tuning in to learn a little bit more as well. So we're super excited that you were able to join us this evening. Note that you will have a very quick 4-question survey appear on your screen as soon as this session ends. If you don't mind taking the extra moment to fill that out for us, it's super helpful to get feedback as we continue to plan events such as these. A reminder that there is another hour of programming after this, so feel free to check out the institutions presenting in the next hour, and that this session was recorded and the recording will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey within a week of the fair concluding this evening. And so with that, I hope that you all have a great evening, and thank you once again for joining.